Well, hello everyone, Pappy Richard here. Thanks for joining me. It's the beginning of February and we're getting ramped up to start tapping our maple trees, make some maple syrup. I wanted to give you a preview of all that stuff here. As you can see, I have the Corsair arch all set up and in place. We got our tote all cleaned up and ready to go to receive our sap, and we got our firewood all chopped up. So I'll get the pan in next week, probably when we start boiling. I don't have our divided pan on there yet, but we'll get that going here soon. So I'm excited to get tapping again. We didn't have a real good year last year. We just didn't have the weather conditions. It warmed up real early and it never got those cold nights that we needed for the sap to run. So the next couple days looks like the temps are going to be down into the mid 20s, which is what we need for the freezing part of it. And then during the day, it's supposed to get up into the mid 40s. So it should be a good week for some sap flow. Looks like it might warm up again for a few days after that, and then they're calling for another spell of having some very cold weather. So we're excited about that, and warm up here through the woods and show you what we got going on, how we're going to tap these trees. I'm up here at my daughter and son-in-law's place. Got about 50 taps to put in here today, and got the wheelbarrow up here with my taps all ready to go. Now this here is one of the maple trees I'm going to tap. See, I marked them with this white paint during the summer when I could tell which ones were maple trees and which were not. And I got a few over here as well. And I got my my sap bags here ready to go, my spiles and everything. I have a couple different styles of spiles that I use. Mainly just because that's what I bought at the time. I got started out, got these 3/16 inch ones like this. I like these ones with the shark fins like that. They tend to help keep the bag holders on the tree. A lot of wind, sometimes the bags will blow over. I got these I tried last year. These are some stainless steel spiles. They got a little washer on it there to do the same thing, kind of help keep the bag holder from falling off. And I got some, I think these are 7/16 inch ones. The hole that is going to be drilled with a 17th inch bit. This is a 5/16 inch bit, I believe. Same thing, has a shark fin on top there. Then I have another type as well that my first set that I did 4 years ago, I guess now, came with a set of 3 buckets from Tap My Trees, and they have some different spiles. I'll show you them in a little bit. I still use those 3 buckets, kind of a little bit of sentimental thing to me. Is the first ones that we used when we did them with the grandkids about 4 years ago. So yeah, I'll show you that in a little bit. But first of all, we got these maple trees over here, ones that I'm going to tap. One of the other things I like to use when I'm trying to set up the trees, figure out which trees I'm going to do, I have this tape measure. It's a diameter tape measure. It's pretty cool because I showed you this before in a previous video, but on one side it just has a standard tape measure. It's cloth, so it will wrap around the tree real nice. But on the other side, it gives you, actually measures and figures the diameter out for you. So if you remember your geometry, you know, the diameter of the tree is equal to the circumference divided by pi, which is 3.14. This tape measure figures it out for you. So you can wrap it around the tree like this. When you come around here, it'll give you both in centimeters and in inches how big the tree is. This one's about 14 inches in diameter. So that's big enough to tap. You know, it depends on who you talk to. Everybody's got their own opinion. Most sources say at least 10 inches in diameter to tap a tree. I've seen some people, you know, as small as 8 inches. I personally think that's a little bit small. And then there's other sources out there that will quote 12 inches. You know, so your mileage may vary. You do what you want to do, but this is how I do it. I wait till they're at least 10 inches in diameter. I don't tap anything less than 10 inches, and I'd rather have them at 12 inches. Now, once the tree gets to be about 20 inches in diameter, that's the minimum. They say you can put 2 taps in, and then once it's over 25 inches, you can put 3 taps in. Again, that's what most people say is the maximum in a tree. I have seen people do more than that, but you know, I err on the side of caution, and I only put 3 in a tree. Now, if it's a tree and a big tree and it comes up and it has 3 or 4 trunks coming out of the same spot, technically that's one tree, but I'll show you in a little bit here another tree that I do tap like that. I usually will put one tap in each one of those trunks. Just count each trunk as a separate tree, but that's just me. Again, you can do what you like. So let's show you how we get these drilled in hole here. I have my DeWalt drill all set up with my drill bit. You really want to go in real quick and then back out. You don't want to like linger in there or ream the hole out. You just want to go in and out. It makes a nice clean cut, helps for the sap to start flowing. So here we go. I got my DeWalt drill all set up. I do have a piece of tape on there. You know, if you can see it really well. 2-inch maximum is where you want to go. So I have a piece of tape on here to reference where the 2 inches are. I got my spile ready. And then I also have my sap holder and my sap bag. Each one of these sap bags holds about 4 gallons is what they say. I don't see that it gets that much. That must be to the very top. I usually get like 3.5, maybe close to 4, but not quite 4. So we're going to go ahead and drill a hole here in the tree. You want to be up like, 3-4 feet where it's convenient for you. It's not really a set amount that it has to be, but that just makes it convenient for me. You can see here I tapped this tree last year. I don't know if you can see there, but that's the old hole right down here. You can see it's already starting to heal up. So the tree does heal itself. So my one thing about that is though, that when we're going to drill a new hole, if the old hole was right here, you don't want to drill like immediately below it, immediately above it. You want to come over, 4, 5, 6 inches and then up or down, either way. So you're not drilling in the same hole. Definitely don't drill in the same hole. But all right. So I just take the drill. You want to have a little bit of an upward angle as well. It doesn't want to be going down. Use gravity to your advantage. It doesn't have to be a sharp angle, just enough so it's not perfectly level or going down. So I'm going to choose a hole over here. I'm going to go on this side over here. It does also say that, if you look up, there's a big branch or there's a big root down below here. Sometimes that makes for a little bit better flow as well. I'm just going to take the drill. I'm going to start. Go right in. Come right out. Now that I have the hole drilled, I'm just going to take my spile hammer, just tap it in there. And then I grab my bag here, my bag holder. And that just goes right up over the top like that. And so hopefully next weekend we'll be boiling, and I'll have some video for you on that using my Corsair arch and my divided pan, my 2x4 divided pan. I got them both from Smoky Lake Maple Products. I can't say enough about them. They're great products, good quality, really do a great job in boiling off the sap. So stay tuned. Maybe you want to subscribe so you're notified when I put those videos out. And hey, hit the like button if you could, please. That'd help me out a lot as well if you like this video. And so right here behind me is one of those trees that I talked about that has 4 main trunks coming up right out of the bottom. You can see it all goes down into the ground at the same place, but there's 4 separate trunks going up. So in this case, I will go ahead and I will tap each one of those trunks for a total of 4 on this tree. So these are mostly red maples, by the way. That's what we have here. We have a few silver maples, but that's what we have here. You can pretty much tap any maple tree. Obviously, the sugar maple, by its mere name, implies that it's going to give you the sweetest syrup or the highest sugar content, usually 2% or above. I get about probably 1 to 1.5% out of these red maples and the silvers that I have here. So last year we boiled down, I think it took like 73 or 74 gallons of sap per gallon of syrup. So I'm going to stay busy here, get the rest of my trees tapped, and next I'll show you those bucket containers that I use, the first 3 that I got, the green ones from the Tap My Trees. They're okay. They're expensive. I think a novelty really. 3 buckets and the spiles and the bucket hangs on, but I'll show you that in a minute. So here you go. All right, so I'm over here at the last taps that I put in. Actually did these with my grandsons. I'll post a link to that video here. It's a pretty cool video, so make sure you check that out as well. But these are actually the first 3 buckets that I purchased when I first started tapping maple trees. Did it out at my daughter and son-in-law's place, just kind of do it with my grandkids, have a little fun with them. But I just wanted to show you, there's a little bit of different spile on these trees here to hold these buckets and hold the lids in place. I mean, this kit is, it's really nice. It's kind of cute, but it is kind of expensive if you're going to get into doing any type of quantity of taps. Probably probably not the best way to do it. 3 buckets, I think, with a drill bit and 3 spiles. I think it was like $75 or $80. I got them on Amazon. It's by Tap My Trees. They do a good job, but you're able to see the sap in the buckets and everything. But you know, it's a lot cheaper to do it with the bag holders and the blue bags that I have as well. So let's take a closer look here at what these look like. These buckets come with the lid attached to it. The way that happens is it's got a little pin here that you can pull out, and this detaches from it here. There's a little tube here that the pin fits in that kind of holds the lid on top of here. And then you have a bucket with a hook. This spile, similar to the other stainless steel ones I have, but it has this additional hook on here. The bucket has a hole in it there. I hope you can see that. It has a hole in it on the side. That just hangs on this hook here like this. And then the lid, the pin is here. Just the pin just closes in, and that keeps it on top of the bucket here in place. Like I said, I just keep them around for just sentimental things, because this is the first ones we did with the grandkids a couple years ago. So it does a job, collects the sap, and they enjoy coming out and also emptying it with me as well. So, you know, making memories with the kids, that's what it's all about. So that's probably going to wrap it up here for me, guys. I'll let you know how we make out. It looks like the weather this weekend is going to be really good. It's supposed to get down to 26 overnight tonight, then be up in the 40s tomorrow, and continue that for the next, at least most of the week this week coming up. So should be a good sap flow. Lord willing, we'll collect a lot of sap, and we'll be boiling next weekend. We'll do a video of that, and I'll try to get the grandkids in that video as well. That's always a long day, but we have fun sitting out here, you know, making memories with the grandkids and making the maple syrup. Nothing better than homemade maple syrup. So as you all know, you're probably watching this, you know what that's all about. So, well, I want to thank you for watching. And as always, thanks for joining. Pappy Richard.